Podcast, believe it or not. Hey, yeah, today I'm gonna update you guys on how that was the engine. Today I'm gonna update you guys on how the live auction went. I want to tell you how much we raised. I want to thank everybody that was involved. Also, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of updates from Ukraine, what's been happening over there. Also, I'm going to give you updates about my channel. I'm going to let you know what's happening. I'm going to let you know new, amazing, fantastic things that I'm going to be doing with it. Also, stick around till the end. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with my collection. I'm going to tell you about my Minimalist Journey and what's happening with that. Do I still have a collection? I don't know. Stick around and find out. All right, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Whew. Hey, guys. How's it going? Nas here. Whew. So, today is a sunny, beautiful day. And you're watching my video podcast. I guess still no name for it. But it's a video podcast, so Nostalgic Video Podcast, walking and talking, whatever. So, just touch up on some things, some updates in my life, all freaking positive, like I'm excited. This morning I woke up, I got some really good news, so I can't wait. But anyway, let's try this entrance. So, we're gonna get back on the train track and continue with this show. Let's go. All right, man. Yeah, the local kids have just wanted to share this with you. I always walk by this, but some of the local kids have built a little tree climbing thing here. It's a little bale. Hey bale. It's hard to say. It's hail bale. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna not climb that tree. I'm gonna get down to the good old train tracks down there and yeah, start talking about stuff with you guys. Man, I can't wait to give you some of this news. I'm excited. God damn it. All right, well, it rained last night, so holy crap, that was not a safe way of coming down that. Oh boy. All right. Whew. All right, let's try this again. Hey everybody, my name is Naz. Welcome to Nostalgic. I love the tracks, man. It's for me, it's like meditation. I just love walking here. And if a train comes by, it's just such a beautiful bonus. It just wakes you up with wind and noise and just shoots stuff out of your head. And you're good. But anyway. Whew, all right, so topic number one. Just want to talk to you guys about the last auction that I held on my YouTube channel, this one, Nostalgic. I had a live stream. I had an amazing turnout for it. Some very, very amazing people turned out. I had no idea that a lot of these people were going to be so generous. I had no idea how many people actually bid on things, and then they were like, you keep it, Nas, or save it for the next auction. I was like, all right, if you're sure, that's cool, thank you. So yeah, that was cool. So during the last auction that I did, it was to benefit Ukraine. It was to more specifically benefit Ukrainians, and even more specifically than that, it was to benefit the volunteers that are in Ukraine. And even more specifically, the volunteers that are in Lviv. That's the most western, pretty much big city of Ukraine. It's very Ukrainian. That's the city where people don't speak Russian, even outside on the streets or whatever. Because if you're in Kyiv or closer to the east, a lot of people still tend to speak Russian, even though they're Ukrainian. And they have strong Ukrainian beliefs. They're not supporters of Russia or anything. They just grew up during the Soviet Union, and they just grew up speaking Russian, that's all. It's a lot of post-USSR cities and countries. So almost everyone from those post-USSR countries are multilingual. So yeah, so these volunteers in Lviv, I know two of them, and one of them is my cousin. And this is why I decided to, whenever I raise money or anyone gives me any kind of money for Ukraine, I decided that I'm gonna send it to these guys down there, because, and not like like a well-known organization. I've been hearing about so many scams and people taking advantage of this. And as far as the legit companies, I've donated hundreds of dollars to them from my personal account. I've donated a couple of hundred from some of my earlier donations that I was asking you guys to donate a little bit before I did the live auction. I was able to raise, with your help, I think close to like $800 during two different things. So some of that went to wounded soldiers, some of that went to children of refugees. That was for UNICEF, so I sent them a couple $100, and a couple $100 went to another like smaller group also in Lviv that are basically buying supplies for enlisted men, any kind of battalions that are out there. They basically take the money and spend it on bulletproof vests, night vision scopes, like food, not shelter, food, equipment, anything they need, basically. I don't know. So, so thank you all for that. And then we did the live auction, which was amazing. I was blasting that for like a good, I think, 2 weeks on my channel. A lot of my friends were sharing it on their channels, making videos of them making customs for this. A bunch of people were making like support Ukraine stuff that wasn't connected to me at all, but they would make like, I'm not gonna call out any names, just not to put anyone on the spot, and I don't want to leave anyone out. That's the most important thing. But a few people started Ukrainian colors Hot Wheels. So people were making like blue and yellow customs where they would paint them blue and yellow. Some people just started like basic, like, hey, take a photo of blue and yellow cars that you own. Oh, it's cars down there. I'm like, where's this noise coming from? Anyway, so yeah, it was amazing, dude. So on my live auction, which I should have it was my first time doing a live auction, and man, for someone that gets anxiety, that was a little bit overwhelming. And because I had a bunch of guests coming, there were some technical issues. It was also, all the guests showed up right at the beginning, and I was like, because I was just gonna do like the first 20 minutes, and then like everyone just showed up right when I started. I'm seeing them in the green, behind the scenes studios, and I'm like, oh no, how do I handle this? What do I do? So I think I handled it well, though. Those of you that watched it, that live stream's still up actually, so check that out somewhere in my oh yeah, the playlist that says live streams. Check that out. So needless to say, that was very successful, even though it was very stressful. I am still actually I've been sending out a little bit by little bit, but there's still a pile of stuff that I need to send out to those of you. So if you're watching this and you're one of the guys or girls that won an auction, please be patient. I have I have a bug in my mouth and a lot on my plate, so please be patient with me. Me and Maggie, my girlfriend, are doing the best we can to get everybody's addresses, to get everybody's payments and all that good stuff. I think like 98% of people paid for their stuff. There were a few hiccups, but everything was ironed out. No negativity, no nothing, just maybe a couple of misunderstandings, but we all got to the bottom of it all. So very happy that all that ended peacefully. So, but yeah, just a huge thank you to everyone that participated in that. And please let me have your patience, because it's not easy to do this. It's not easy to organize this. It's not easy to get everybody's information in check. Because we also had people, like I said, guests and stuff that would come on the show, and they would be auctioning off the stuff that they have. So they have the stuff with them personally. So I had to like figure out a way to send them the address and make sure people didn't misunderstand that I have to send the money to me, not to them. and then the person that was auctioning stuff off has to send the item that the other person won from them. And I had to be in the middle of all this, and then Maggie was helping me. So yeah, there's a lot of potential for small misunderstandings, but everything's cool. I love you guys. The volunteers that are helping Ukrainians in Lviv, Ukraine, that are sending out, that are buying things for them, that are getting bulletproof vests, food for the people that don't have homes. They're trying to find homes for those that need to be relocated to different areas, different addresses, different families to live with, or connect them with other, I guess, social worker type people that can actually help them out and get them to where they need to go. So that's fantastic, and I think that's the reason why I chose these guys, because they're regular people like you and me. I know I just told you we're getting to the part. I'll tell you, I just wanted you to know that this is who this money is going to. They're regular people like you and me. Either their homes got destroyed, or their family that are closer to the east, their homes got destroyed, or some of their family members got killed, or they have people in the Ukrainian military enlisted that either got killed or are still out there and need support. So they all got out of their homes and decided to donate their time and efforts and their money to this cause. And then a part of these people are people that drive. They'll take like truckloads of food and truckloads of stuff that these guys would need, either on the battlefield or people that are in war affected areas, to either evacuate them from there or bring them food. So these guys are just regular drivers like you watching. There's war going on and you're like, I have a van, I have a truck, I'm gonna get in this thing, and I'm gonna start helping people, and I'm gonna drive out there and risk my life being shot or just killed. So that really moved me, and that's another reason why I try not to tell anyone specifically who these people are and what part of Lviv they're in, because they are in it. They're excuse my American, they're in the shit. And I get my news from them, and their videos they make and stuff that they've seen, stuff that happens. It's hell. It's a nightmarish hell, and that's what I'm focusing on, and I'm focusing my life on right now while this is happening, on top of other issues that I dealt with and still am dealing with. So this is how much we raised from the live auction that we held for those guys, for the Ukrainians, for the good people that need help. We got about $2,800 and something dollars. So nearly $3,000. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to all of you that were donating so high for a lot of these amazing items. Thanks to those of you that made customs that people wanted, that people bid on. And the amounts were crazy. There were a couple of you that were bidding on a lot of things, and like it was like maybe one or two of you that got like $500 worth of each stuff. But there were a lot of things to be auctioned off, and pretty much all of it got auctioned off, except for a couple of things that I couldn't get to because the live stream went on for 5 hours, and by the end of that whole run of 5 hours, it was like there were less people there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna save this for the second auction I'm gonna do, because the point is to raise money, not to make money for me or for some other guy. The point is to raise money as much as possible for people that need it in Ukraine, people who are losing homes, losing their lives, that are living in hell and nightmare right now. So that's the point of these auctions. So with that being said, the second live auction is going to be happening in about 2 weeks from now. Today is Friday something or other. Just look at the date this video was posted. So yeah, second auction is going to be happening in about 2 weeks, and I've already guys, I have 7 packages right now from different people with either amazing stuff. Like, I'm looking at the stuff that's in these boxes, I'm like, as a collector, I'm like, whoa, this is freaking awesome. So you best believe I'm gonna be bidding on a lot of this stuff as well. That's how amazing the stuff that's in this auction is going to be. So yeah, about 7 boxes. There's amazing customs from some amazing customizers, I should say artists. There's going to be a bunch of customs that I'm going to be donating from my collection, you know. Hopefully they'll bid on them, and we can raise some money for Ukraine and for helping these amazing people out there. So yeah. Oh man, I freaking love the tracks. Have I said that before? So okay guys, so that's about it for the update on the auction. I know I tend to talk a lot, but this is a podcast. That's what you do on a podcast. You talk, and I like to vent a lot of things out of my head in these podcasts. So yeah, hopefully I vented out enough for you guys to understand what these live auctions I'm doing are all about, who they're helping, and how happy and proud I am of those of you that are supporting this. Remember, you're not supporting me, guys. I'm trying to make that really crystal clear. I think some people misunderstand that about me. Every single penny from this went over there. To be honest with you, I even took the money that was shipping money. Most of that money I donated, because I was like, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'll ship this stuff out. I'm not going to worry about it. They need that money right now, and I had to send it to them. So that's what happened. So, but yeah, I'm slowly shipping everything out. I'm doing all right. Yeah, there's no like shortage of money. I'm not asking anyone for shipping money or anything again. So all is well. The only thing is why it's taking time, like I said before, to ship everything out is just the logistics of it, to get everything out, to pack everything up, to buy boxes for all this stuff, to get sufficient packaging for everything so nothing gets damaged, because a lot of these prizes were freaking fantastic, man. So yeah. Okay, enough about that. I'm not going anywhere yet, so stick around. I'm gonna give you some channel updates about my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and we'll go on from there. But yeah, thanks everyone that's supporting Ukraine in general. Thanks everyone for not believing all the bullshit that's coming from the Russian side. I don't know who believes any of that anyway, like the propaganda that's being sent, and a lot of stuff that they're shining light on that may be true, but you know, if you don't research something and look far back enough, you might fall for some of these lies. And you know, the same thing goes for everything in life. Research both sides, figure out what the root of the problem was, and you know, don't blindly support things and share things online about different things. And that's what Russia's doing, that's what Putin's doing, and it's sad. So yeah, I'm so proud of Ukraine and Ukrainians. I'm so happy that they're kicking some serious ass. Like, all right. Yeah, I guess we're moving on to the next topic. So it pretty much is a segue, because, you know, we're talking about Ukraine today, and everything that's going on, and the live auctions, and me thanking you and people that donated and bought things. Just relieved that I'm able to help them with your help together. Like, the Hot Wheels community is insane. The toy collecting community, you're all amazing. So yeah, thanks to everyone that actually helped and donated and spread the word and participated in all these challenges and things. So, but yeah, a little update on Ukraine. I'm sure all of you know what's going on. I'm sure a lot of you are watching the news. You just have to be careful which news source you get your news from, because a lot of news in every country, there's a lot of news sources that are pushing their own agendas. And like I said before, a lot of people blindly follow a certain news group or company and believe everything they say for one reason or another. At the very least, watch a few different news sources and then kind of make a decision. So with Ukraine, I'm getting news from a lot of different news sources. I'm getting stuff from America, a little bit. Sadly, America gets its news like 3 days late. I don't know why. But yeah, I watch a whole bunch of news from Ukraine. I watch a whole bunch of news from Europe. And on top of that, like I said before, I'm getting direct first-hand news from guys on the first line, from my family members, from my friends that are in Kyiv or Lviv. I'm getting information from them. And trust me, they know a lot more than the news companies do, or at least what the news companies show you. And again, it's a freaking nightmare. Guys, cities are leveled, okay? More to the east side. Cities are leveled, burned to the ground. People are being killed. Innocent people, civilians, are being shot at, destroyed by bombings. Maternity wards, childcare, kindergartens, hospitals, churches. I see all of this on fire. I see dead bodies. I see horror. So a lot of your mainstream media here in America is going to censor a lot of that. They're not going to show dismembered bodies, pieces of flesh. They're not going to show you Russians shooting dead bodies of Ukrainians with their cannons. It's horrible. So yeah, just wanted to say that a little bit of horror. This is like 1% of what I can tell you. So there you go. Okay. Oh man, yeah, sorry guys, I needed a minute to just regroup my thoughts there. Okay, so there you go, that's the news from Ukraine, and let me give you the positive news of Ukrainians kicking ass. I believe there's over 15,000 Russian soldiers that have been put into ground in Ukraine. Ukrainians are sending like truckloads of dead bodies back to Russia. Guys, that's okay. So let me put this in this type of perspective. There's over 15,000, not 1,500, 15,000 of these Russian soldiers that just went to Ukraine to be killed. They're not being supported by their own government. They've just been put on the ground with no food, no water. They're like, yeah, you'll be in and out in a day. It's been a month. So a lot of these people, the morale's dying, they're dying, and sadly that's the truth. And if anyone blames Ukraine for killing so many, then I guess you never had to defend yourself or your country or your values, your traditions, your nationality, your people, your family. So yeah, I'm proud of Ukrainians. I'm very happy that Russian numbers are so high of being dead. Now that's 15,000 dead, and then there's also quite a few thousand that surrendered. Remember, they're running out of gas and food and everything, so a lot of them are just surrendering peacefully. Some are surrendering, or there's also prisoners of war, I guess, I don't know. So people that have been captured. And there's also a whole lot of Russians that have been captured by regular civilians, regular people. There's videos of, I saw one of a village in Ukraine that stood up to a battalion of Russians coming through it. They sabotaged them, blew up their tanks. Just regular people. They're not even military. They're just like, our town's gonna pull together. And they created these amazing sabotages, ambushed these motherfuckers, sent them to meet their maker or whoever. I don't know. So yeah, Ukrainians called the Russian army as orcs, which is hilarious. Okay. So, I would say it's safe to say there's at least 30,000 Russians that are dead, captured, and prisoners of war, and have surrendered. So there you go. I think I like those odds. Things are looking a little better, knock on wood. Again, I'm sure you guys watch the news, like on YouTube and stuff. You're watching the tallies and everything like that. Ukraine is so freaking good in fighting back and defending themselves that so we're actually starting to do a counter offensive and start to attack them right back. Remember, this is on Ukrainian soil. We're just still defending ourselves We don't give a shit about Russia or wanting to take any of their shitty land. We don't care. We're defending ourselves, okay? So there's over 100 military airplanes that have been shot down in this month. There's been, I don't remember how many, but a ton of helicopters. Not too many boats or anything, but Ukraine has taken out some of their bigger boats. I forget their names, but they're like the state-of-the-art, whatever bullshit. That happened the other day. So, at least like 5 of their big military warships. Over 1,000 like those BTR things, whatever, the carriers of soldiers. Anyway, cannons, the freaking rocket launcher trucks, a whole bunch of shit. Just thousands of this stuff has been either destroyed or captured and then put back into Ukrainian military to fight right back, kill them with their own freaking weapons, which is beautiful. So yeah, that's what's been kind of happening in the front in you know, summarized way that I'm telling you. So there you go. Still no train. I hope we get a train by the end. Last time I did a live stream, man, it was so like exhilarating, invigorating, I should say. Okay, needed to reset my brain there. Yeah, that's enough for the update. I'm happy with. I'm proud of Ukraine. I'm proud of Ukrainians, regular people, military. Ukrainian President Zelensky is an amazing dude. People didn't really believe he had it in him before this started, but right now Ukraine's united behind him. He's doing everything he possibly can. He's talking to all the different countries. He's talking to NATO. He's talking to presidents, prime ministers. He's getting shit done, and he's keeping a cool head about it. And I'm very, very, very impressed by that, and inspired, more importantly, by that. Moving forward from that. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna turn around, right? Yeah, let's go back. It's been a couple miles. Man, it's gonna be interesting watching them fix these tracks up. Got a whole bunch of those things lined up all the way up and down. It's kind of weird walking on the tracks because there's also like a railway war in Ukraine where people are disassembling train tracks to make sure that no supplies are coming from Russia. Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, I'm not gonna regurgitate all the news. I just wanted to update you guys a little bit on what I know and what I'm most proud of hearing, I guess. Anyway, okay, guys. So let's move on to let's move on from there. Go Ukraine! Slava Україні! Героям слава! Okay, next part of this video is update to my YouTube channel and my social media in general. I've been kind of making my social media more private, like my Instagram, my Facebook, stuff like that. Really filtering out the trolls and negative people. Recently I've had a couple of things go down. Not at all gonna go into any of it, which is another reason I'm making this walking and talking video podcast. Another door opened this morning, one way or another. I had another door open. I was offered like 2 other projects to work on. I'm going to be editing somebody's YouTube channel, and of course for money, professionally. So that's amazing news. Really looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's one thing. Gonna get that started in a couple of weeks as well. We're gonna have a bunch of projects. We're even going to collaborate. We're gonna go to I don't want to say it yet. We're gonna go to a collector's house and make that plural, but we're gonna start with one. Who's like the biggest collector of something in America. So that's gonna be really cool. We're gonna make like a little you know, quasi documentary / YouTube video about that, and we'll collaborate on that. Other than that, I'm going to be editing this guy's videos from now on. And I'm also working on talking to another guy who's also very respected and known in the vintage toy collecting community. So we'll see if that works out, but we've been talking about doing something together. So I'll fill you guys in on that, but I can't really give you too many specific details because, you know, this is online stuff, and there's always going to be people that try to either sabotage you or talk negatively about you one way or another for one reason or another. So I'm not going to be announcing who I edit videos for. All right, so keep that in mind. But that's going to be another thing I'll be picking up doing professionally to bring in a little bit of income home, because I had to quit my powder coating job where I was making a ton of money. It's amazing how much they paid, and the hours I put in. Oh my god, I saved up a lot really quick. That's all gone though. I had to live off of that since my dad passed away. So yeah, pretty much used up my savings on that. So it's been an interesting past 2 months for me as far as finances go. So yeah, guys, that's good news. Let's see what. Oh man, I got so excited talking about that I forgot what the other good news was. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Second good news is what I'm doing right now, okay? This is kind of a podcast. I've been calling it a video podcast, but it's always kind of been, it's in my playlists down below. It's mostly just called Walking and Talking. It's technically more of a vlog than anything, and it's in the title. It's self-descriptive. I'm walking and I'm talking. So I pick a topic and I talk about it. It's easier for me to kind of open up and talk about things when I'm walking, because I'm not like too focused on myself or looking at myself or what I'm gonna say next. I can just bleh and talk about whatever I feel like, because I'm worried not to like trip and fall, and I'm looking at all this beautiful nature around me. Like, it's freaking amazing, man. So there you go. So the announcement for well, not announcement, just some news for you about me and what I'm doing. I'm going to be starting my own podcast. Really excited about it. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I chose to help other people do their things. So now that I'm kind of freed up a little bit more, I can focus on that project of mine, and I'm really looking forward to it, because I've been wanting to do it for a while. Ever since I've been a guest on a couple of podcasts, which I was so honored to do and be on, and everyone on these podcasts, just amazing people. I had so much fun with them, and I was like, you know, hey, I have a lot to say. It's gonna be positive though. 99% positivity. So yeah, it's gonna start happening. I'm working on a title for this podcast so that I can separate the walking and talking thing that you're watching now, the video podcast, to an actual podcast that's going to go on a podcast platform or a few platforms. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. I literally have guests lined up already. 2, maybe 3. Oh yeah, here's what it's going to be on. It's not going to be just diecast. It's not going to be Hot Wheels. Yes, we're going to be talking about diecast. Yes, we're going to be talking about Hot Wheels. But it's not going to be just about that. I actually want to know what the people are doing other than collecting. Other than collecting Hot Wheels. Other than collecting vintage toys. Other than being like an automotive enthusiast. Someone that goes racing, or someone that collects real cars. I have 2 friends that collect actual cars. It's freaking amazing. Wait till you see all that. So yeah, the podcast is going to be directly tied in with my Naztalgic channel. So I will have short documentaries, like I told you earlier. I will have short documentaries that I'm going to be doing about those either people or that collection or that topic. And then at the same time, I'm going to have a podcast come out. That's going to be also on Naztalgic. It's going to be a video podcast. Probably in the studio though. None of this walking and talking stuff. I'll probably still do this because this is for health, but that's a whole different topic. I'll touch on that by the end. But anyway, so yeah, both podcast and this channel are going to be tied together. I took a little example from another friend of mine. And yeah, so yeah, we're going to be talking about collectors. We're going to be talking about different collecting communities. We're going to be talking about people that collect stuff, but also do other things, do other good things, like run charities, publish books. Let's say there's maybe a designer of cars or a designer of Hot Wheels. I would ask him, what else does he do, or she? You know, if I talk to a filmmaker, I'm gonna be like, awesome, so you made this movie, that was cool, tell me about that. But I'm also gonna ask him, hey man, what else do you do? What hobbies do you have? Do you collect Hot Wheels? You know what I mean, guys? Like, I want to talk about a lot of different things. I want to ask people that collect stuff, for example, people that collect Hot Wheels. I want to ask that person, hey man, so you have the world's biggest Hot Wheels community. That's freaking amazing. So tell me, what else do you do? Tell me your philosophy about something. Do you believe in a certain cause? Is there something that you're doing to help, like, I don't know, animals? Or do you do like drug rehab things? Do you deal with mental health? I want to explore deeper, okay? So, and that's what I'm all about, man. I love philosophy. I love psychology. I love sociology. And I love anthropology. So I'm a very curious person. And this kind of came to me because I'm a collector of a lot of things. But I'm also a collector who's been on a minimalist journey for the past 5 years, at least. These tracks have heard all my stories. So yeah, so that's my new stuff coming to my channel, man. I'm still gonna be doing a little bit of peg hunting, not a lot. It's gotten so repetitive, and I felt like I need to do it, and I'm just done with it. To be honest with you, the peg hunting videos they're kind of like a what do you call it? Like a banner, like an advertising banner. Because everybody wants to watch peg hunting videos for one reason or another. They want to know what's in the store, what did some guy find. It's not them. And you know, a lot of people watch those, and then they'll either subscribe to my channel, and like a smaller percentage of them will actually start watching my other videos. And there's still peg hunting videos, so they can still watch those anyway. So that's kind of what I've been using the peg hunting videos for, is to kind of you know, draw people into my channel. Nothing like shady or weird about it. It's what I do anyway, right? So, and that's what my channel is about. It's what I do. So if I go peg hunting, I'll film it. If I go toy hunting, I'll film it. If I go on some trip, I'll film it. So you know, I'm a filmmaker. I love making movies. I've always worked on side projects here and there. I don't blast all of that to everybody publicly. There's a lot of projects that I do that can't be kept public for the simple reasons is like, it's either like what do you call it, like a business, you know, what's the word? Why am I having trouble with this word? I'm having a old guy moment here. Oh, there's a train coming, guys. Freaking A. All right, let's take this break to enjoy this train, and then we'll continue. All right, train break over. I am on a very tall hill. I had to get off the tracks. Whew, that train was awesome. All right, so now that I'm off the tracks, I want to set this up. Everything I'm going to talk about from now on is mostly just going to be about my minimalist journey, like I mentioned before. It's going to be about what I'm doing, what I'm selling, what I'm not keeping, what I am keeping. I still have a collection, guys. I still am going to collect in the future. But I'll go into that and how I'm going to be making choices of what I buy and put into my collection in the future, moving forward from here on out. So, but yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. Hopefully, you'll enjoy what I have to say about my minimalist collector journey. Let's do this. Oh man! All right, that was a long enough break. Whew, had to sit down, man. Just walked on them tracks for a good 3-4 miles. Oh man. Anyway, okay. My minimalist collector journey. It has begun about 5 years ago, I would say. You heard me talk about it a little bit earlier. But yeah, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it started slowly when I started to realize that all my collections were getting out of hand. I collect a lot of different things. Not gonna go into it. One of them's Hot Wheels. So, I started to realize I had way too much of this stuff. And I used to believe that my collection was something that helped me to kind of get away from things. And it does. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. My collection still does take me away. It's still a form of therapy for me. I still enjoy going into my collection room, be it smaller, much smaller, and looking at what I have, remembering, what each item I have represents, where it came from, who it came from. A lot of stuff was stuff that I saved in my collection, the stuff that was given to me. I got rid of, donated, and given away and sold a lot of my stuff that I bought before personally. And I kind of held on to the things that other people either gave to me or I traded with them for something, a gift or a custom that someone made for me. I keep most of that in my collection. That's what's important. That's what counts. That's what brings me up when I'm down. So, quick disclaimer. I'm not talking down on anyone that collects a lot of stuff. I am not talking down on anyone who has a room, a house, storage units full of stuff. When I make these videos and talk about things, I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about what I do. I talk about my opinions about life. I'm talking about the problems that I'm facing. And I'm not judging anyone. I've been every type of collector you can think of. I've hoarded things. I've collected certain things. I've collected variations. I've done it all, man. I'm 42. I've been there. I've done that. I've traveled the world. I have friends from all over the world. I have friends from all walks of life. So it's different for me and it's different for you. You might be younger, you might be older, you might be in a different part of your life. You might be having different mental disorders or hang-ups or situations in life. We all do. I do. So that's basically, just wanted to make that little disclaimer so that you're not getting offended by anything I say, and don't think that I'm judging you or I'm judging how you collect things, because I'm not in any way. So yeah, okay. So with that being said, let's continue with this this minimalist journey story that I have for you. It's not going to be too long, I hope. Okay, so back to what I was trying to get to. My whole kind of shift in mental focus started quite a few years ago. I was just kind of looking at my collection and thinking, that's a lot of stuff. And I was also thinking, hey, why do I have most of this stuff? Is it to impress somebody? Is it to show it off on my YouTube channel? Is it to have bragging rights, to tell someone I have that, you don't, or I was able to get that, you didn't? It really wasn't any of that. But I did realize that, some of it was, I guess. I was trying to think hey man, that would be cool if someone comes into my collection, my room, my office or whatever, and sees my collection and gets, impressed by, hey man, wow, look at all this stuff. But that really doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is what you collect, and what really matters is that you collect for yourself. So it doesn't matter if you're into little rocks. I've said this mantra before. Doesn't matter if you're into little rocks, if you're into flowers, if you're into collecting trophies from, if you're like a hunter, and you collect buck horns or some stuff. I don't know. My point is, collect what you like and don't by any means get carried away in what you collect, because that's kind of what happened to me. I was looking around. I had like a ton of Power Ranger Megazords, action figures, vintage toys, retro video games. I had all of that at once. I had at least 15 different consoles. I had doubles and triples of different consoles. I had an insane NES game collection, Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, Saturn, GameCube, even a couple of Ataris. A lot of those were nostalgic to me, and that's always been my philosophy in collecting, is collecting for nostalgia reasons. That's why my channel is named that. It's my name and the word nostalgic mixed in together. So yeah, but again, I kind of lost control, man. I really, really, really love the hunt. I'm not as obsessed with it anymore by any means. I actually got burnt out by the flea market. But yeah, that's another reason why I started doing a lot of Hot Wheels stuff, is because I got burnt out by the flea market and I needed something else, almost like an addict. So I got back into Hot Wheels. Diecast collecting has been a part of my life since I was like 5 years old. My dad got me stuff, and that was my first collection, always. I still have a lot of that collection still to this day. Just had a really nice interaction with that gentleman. Really big Santa Claus beard and mustache. Just like, what a beautiful day. We made each other smile. That's what it's all about, man. So yeah, I don't want to go in too much into all of my story. I'm pretty sure I've made a bunch of videos talking about what I used to collect and all that. If you want to know more, just ask me, I guess, in the comments down below. I'll answer you what else I collected or what else I still collect. It's a ton of stuff. So let's get back to why I don't want to collect that much stuff anymore, because I'm shifting my focus, man. I've been shifting my focus for those 5 years, and in those 5 years it's been working for me. And now I'm at that tipping point where I want to get rid of even more stuff. So 5 years ago, I started to like get rid of all my vintage stuff that I mentioned earlier. So over like 2-3 years, slowly at the flea market, I would sell stuff and slowly get rid of it. Mind you, not a lot of it would be for profit. I just wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, I made some money off of it. Most of the time, it would be a little bit more than I bought it for, because I'm not an idiot and I know how to invest into things and how to resell things. Most of you should know that. If you don't know, you should learn. Some of the mud off my shoes. Not water in shoes, Naz. Damn it. Oh God, man, it's a beautiful freaking park. So yeah, let me get back to that. I'm trying not to make this too drawn out, but I know a lot of you don't mind. A lot of you are like, Naz, why you keep apologizing that you're talking and on, but I mean, it is a podcast, but I don't want to like over explain things either. I was for a while, if you guys know my channel, I still have it up, my playlist called Flea Market Days, and I would go to the flea market like twice, sometimes 3 times a week. That was one of my main income sources. I would go to yard sales, thrift stores, the flea market. I would buy a whole bunch of collectibles, just having knowledge of what's collectible. And I would buy stuff up, and then I would set up at the flea market and resell it. I wasn't scalping it, I was reselling stuff. And I made a lot of friends doing that, a lot of collectors, a lot of people I was hooking up. It was a very fun, like almost a decade of my life, man. I started that with my dad also, summing it up. I've talked about this before. Yeah, me and my dad started doing that a long time ago. He taught me how to do all those things. I'm very good at it. I just hate doing it. I hate it. I hate reselling stuff. I hate haggling with people. Oh my God, I hate that stuff so much, man. Anyway, But yeah, with that being said, I enjoyed doing it because I was doing a lot of that with my dad. And when I was doing it with my dad, it was selling antiques, antiquities, fine art. Me and him went on road trips to flea markets. None of that was filmed, actually. And yeah, his knowledge of antiques and art was, he was brilliant. Man, pocket watches. Also, he would pick up a piece of metal and he would know, like, exactly what, like, thing it comes from. Or he would pick up a little, like, skeleton key and he'll be like, this is from this kind of pocket watch from this era, made by this guy, but this was made by that, so this one's worth more. This one, anyway, he was fantastic, dude. I miss you, Dad. But anyway, so yeah, I've been doing that stuff for a very long time, so I was very knowledgeable with it, still am. I just choose not to do it. I'm very, very, very burnt out on haggling and reselling and doing that whole hustle. Then for a while I actually worked with somebody that he was like a metal scrapper, and he was also dealing with antiques and collectibles with like higher end people, and I was like his muscle. So I loaded, unloaded, I went out with everything. I did damage control for him when people would get kind of pissed off at him or misunderstand him. I would step in behind the scenes and iron things out for him. But I learned a ton from that dude too. So yeah, I know a lot of stuff about stuff, so I'm burnt out on stuff. And now that I've been collecting, starting to collect Hot Wheels again, 2 or 3 years ago, I started really hard to collect Hot Wheels again. And that got away from me. It got like crazy, dude. I had bins of Hot Wheels all over the place, freaking mainlines, whatever, Zamax, Red Editions, Super Treasure Hunts, whatever, man. Rare, not rare, freaking errors, whatever. Got rid of 95% of all of it, guys, by now. Actually going to ToyCon New Jersey, I believe, this weekend, and I have another show the weekend after that. So I'm going to be doing a whole lot of selling of my personal collection. So I'm selling my stuff. None of this was ever purchased with intent to sell it. And I hear a lot of people say that online on their YouTube channels or whatever. They're like, I'll never sell any of this. Someday you will. Eventually something will happen where you'll sell at least half of it. You'll sell some of it. You'll trade some of it. It's not your intent, right? So it's okay. And it wasn't my intent either. But now I was looking at my collection and I'm like, that was from a different time in my life. Like, let's say some of my higher end Power Ranger stuff. Like, for example, I have a Soul of Shogoken Megazord from the original MMPR. It's all metal, it comes apart, it's insanely detailed. Bought that from a friend of mine for a very good deal as well. On eBay right now, it sells between $500 and $700 just for this one Megazord. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff like that I had in my collection. I always believe to have quality over quantity. But the quantity, man, it's tempting, just like in Hot Wheels. It's like, So that's when, I started to get into stoicism, and I'm still working on that. It's very hard to not show too much of your emotions and kind of handle things without flipping out or whatever. But I'm working on it. It's not easy, but I want to be way more stoic than I have been so far. So yeah, need to meditate and reflect on that a little more. Other than that, yeah, I've been reading up like, Seneca. I've been reading up Art of War, all of this stuff over the past 10 years. And then I finally started watching YouTube channels on Stoics. I started watching YouTube channels on people who are trying to better themselves. Not like self-help per se, where people are like, do this and that. Like, more people are like, hey guys, watch me do this stuff. This is what worked for me. This is how I do things. And they present it in a very nice manner. And so yeah, watched a lot of philosophers, a lot of Stoics, a lot of people that are like nomads, live by themselves, and have really interesting philosophies. And then I started to watch minimalist videos, like The Minimalists. They made a movie with a filmmaker called Matt D'Avella, and Matt D'Avella is also a minimalist. And then there's a whole list of minimalists that I started following and watching their videos, and I got so inspired, guys, you have no idea. So yeah, by no means am I a minimalist. I can't call myself that because I have a ton of stuff. I'm more of maybe like I'm turning into an essentialist. I kind of want to have things that I need, and I want to own things that are high quality, things that I don't need to like have break on me, so I have to buy another thing. I have issues with updating my freaking phone every year. Why do we need to get a brand new phone every freaking year? It's because we're coerced to do it. But anyway, there's a lot of philosophies that I've learned that I have been applying to my life over the past 5 years. And that's why I've been getting rid of most of my collection. And I still have a bunch of stuff. I still have a wall of collectibles. But now it's not like 2 shelves of this, 2 shelves of that, 5 shelves of this, a wall of Hot Wheels. I still kind of have a wall of Hot Wheels, but they're all loose and they're in 2 cases. That's it. I also have a couple of like Slammer, whatever they're called, cases, but most of the stuff that I have now that's related to Hot Wheels or toys that's not being displayed, it's for art projects, and that has a purpose. So that's why it's put away, and I have plans for all that stuff to make art projects out of. That's the next thing I'm also going to be doing with my time and life. So yeah, a lot of stuff happening, man. I'm going back to my artist ways. I'm going back to being an artist. I've always been an artist. I always make projects. It's just, again, I get carried away. And that's another thing why I had to like really cut down on, what do you call them? On collecting stuff, because it went from being something that I would get away to get away from everything. It turned into something that started being a distraction. And I noticed that like I'm like, okay, I need to work on this art project, and I'll go buy a bunch of stuff for that art project, and I'm like, but I'm still not doing anything with that art project. I officially have everything I need for it. I'm still not doing anything with it. Oh, I'll go peg hunt because it's easy, and you know, it doesn't take too much thinking in my part to go make a peg hunting video. You just point and shoot at what's on the pegs, right? What's on the shelves. Granted, I make it fun, I make it entertaining. There's a difference to it. I am a filmmaker. Everything's intentional that I do, except a few slip-ups here and there. So, but yeah, anyway, guys. So yeah, that's why I've been getting rid of stuff, and I'll be making a lot more videos on this YouTube channel. Like I mentioned before, there's going to be podcast stuff happening. There's going to be all sorts of different things happening. But I am going to be focusing on more of like what I'm doing with myself. I'm still going to be doing peg hunts with Maggie. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make fun videos. I'm not going to necessarily buy anything. I mean, I might if there's something I really like or I'm looking for it. But just because there's a fresh case of stuff hanging up there on the pegs, I don't need to buy any of them. Even though I love them all so much. They're all so beautiful. I love freaking Hot Wheels, guys. I love Hot Wheels. I love toys. I love art. I've collected even Megazords and stuff because of the art of it, because of the engineering of it, like Transformers. There's engineers that went into making those to transform that thing. That's not easy, man. So yeah. Anyway, all of that stuff's getting sold. I'm gonna be selling it at the next couple of toy shows. And I'm really looking forward to that because I'm really, really, really overwhelmed with it all. And I want to focus on my film career. I want to focus on my art career, and my collecting is going to become more and more of like just a hobby, not something that's a big part of my life and a big part of my YouTube channel. And don't forget, my YouTube channel is one of my income streams. Like, yeah, I don't like coerce anyone to give me money. I don't really have a Patreon. I have a Patreon, but it's not advertised and no one donates to it. I never mentioned that dang thing. I might start it up again. I don't know. I changed my mind, but yeah, so far I haven't been asking anyone for anything. The only things I've asked for was for people to donate money for Ukraine during war or invasions, and I always sent all that money to the people that need it, not to my pocket. Okay, I think enough of all of that. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, I'm just want to reiterate, I'm really excited about what I'm doing now. I'm excited for the new opportunities that have been placed before me by the universe. I'm excited by the plans that I'm making myself. Yeah, the plans I have for this channel, the plans with my art. And that's the thing, that's the minimalism journey, man. I'm decluttering my life, I'm getting rid of stuff. Sorry, there were people walking around. It gets awkward. But yeah, what I was saying is that's the reason why I'm getting rid of stuff. And again, not all of it. And again, it's okay if you have a bunch of stuff and you can still focus on your life and everything you're doing. I'm jealous of you. You're an amazing person who's very good at multitasking and not having clutter or their collection bother them. Not that it bothers me, but you know. So yeah, what I'm doing with that is, or what I'm getting at with that is, me getting rid of most of what I have, not just even my collection. I'm getting rid of stuff I don't use. I'm getting rid of most of my wardrobe. I'm getting rid of things that I never wear. I'm getting rid of books I don't read. I'm getting rid of DVDs that I don't watch or want to watch just because it's cool or something I might watch. Why am I holding on to it for 20 years? I haven't watched it in 20 years. If I ever want to watch it and it stays in my head, I'll watch it on Netflix or whatever, or just go out and buy it. I mean, it's that simple. Why hoard it? So that's my plan, man. And I'm already feeling more motivated. I'm already feeling like I have things that I'm planning to do because I'm done with, staring at things on my walls, you know? Yeah, but all right, it's not early enough. Oh, there's a dude up on that bridge that I was just on, having some lunch. Yeah. This bridge is huge, man. Love this park though. All right. Okay guys, this podcast is nearing the end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed all 3 topics that I covered today. By the way, for the live auction, if you ever want to donate anything for it to be auctioned off, hit me up on Instagram at Naztalgic_design, or look up my email on in the description of the YouTube channel. Whoa, very muddy. Ah, jeez. So yeah, on my Instagram, check that out, or my email. My email can just use like Big Naz at Yahoo, BIGNAZ. Send me any questions or whatever. But Instagram's probably the best place to reach me. Nostalgic_design. All right, so we also talked about the podcast that's going to be starting and how it's going to be intertwined with my YouTube channel, with like mini documentary and the podcast itself. That way the video podcast that you're watching can be more interesting, because I'll probably cut in stuff from the videos I made with that person or whatever. There's a lot of really good plans I have, so don't steal them. Or do, I don't care. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing with that. And then, I touched a little bit on my minimalist journey, just to let you know that I'm getting rid of most of my collection, most of my stuff, and I don't really care about name brands. I don't really care about how much stuff I have. I really don't care what anyone thinks about me or my collection, or if I have a certain amount of things, which super treasure hunts I have, whatever I have. It doesn't matter. What I have is what I like to collect, and that's what's the most important thing, right? Hopefully you guys collect for the same reason. But yeah, other than that, with all of that said, for the last time, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you so much for watching my YouTube videos, for listening to what I have to say, for supporting me, and for supporting Ukraine. Right now, that's the most important thing. I hope you guys reach out more for the second live stream auction that I'm going to be holding, because a lot of people have sent out stuff to be auctioned off. I don't want to let them down. I want people to know that the stuff they donated is wanted, that people that the stuff they sent helped raise a bunch of money to save lives. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you guys will turn up for that. Keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for my channel. In about 2 weeks that'll happen, and soon enough, hopefully within 2-3 weeks, I'll start doing all of my podcast stuff, and I'm probably going to start the first podcast by myself and talk about that some more in more detail about my plans, so there's no like trains and birds and people flying into my face, so I can focus more on that. But yeah, a lot of awesome stuff's happening, a lot of side projects. I'm going to be editing other people's YouTube videos. That's freaking amazing. Not for free. All right, guys. Yeah, love you all. Live long and prosper. stay positive. Let the quest for positivity continue. And yeah, support each other. Collect what you like. Live long and prosper. And remember, guys, don't be assholes. So I'm walking around my neighborhood and I just want to say, I think they all support Ukraine. This is making me freaking so happy. Look at this. Oh my god. I had no idea about it. There's one across the street right there. And then like this whole, we stand with Ukraine. Just Ukrainian flag after Ukrainian flag. Oh my god. Guys, this is like so touching. Wow. I love my neighborhood, dude. You have no idea what it means for me to just walking down the street and seeing Ukrainian flags on people's porches. Amazing. Beautiful.